Manchester United have just beaten Newport County 4-2 in what can only be described as an incredibly frustrating game. United got off to an amazing start in the first 15 minutes with two well-taken goals from Bruno and Manu. We then dominated the game for 20 to 25 minutes more, where we gradually saw our bad habits coming back into the game. Both our wingers would dribble to the edge of the box and shoot. We would have midfielders overloading the box and taking poor shots. And then we'd all be out of position on the counterattack. And of course, towards the end of the first half, Bryn Morris decides to score a 0.01 XG screamer to give Newport some life in the game. And in typical United fashion, we come out absolutely flat in the second half and concede in the first 2 minutes of play. It is so frustrating to watch Manchester United play games right now. There is literally no team in the world that we can expect to win against. That game today reminded me of our Champions League group games this season, where we were expecting to beat Galatasaray home and away. We started those games well and we ended up losing. We were expecting to beat Copenhagen away. We started that game well and we got embarrassed. And today we were playing against Newport County, who are 76 spots below us in the English Football League. They're literally sitting in 16th place in EFL League 2. And based on the evidence today, I feel like if we played a team that was slightly better than Newport, even the 15th place team in EFL League 2, we'd probably lose. And to top it all off, I think we can all agree that besides Antony starting for Rashford and maybe Onana for Bayindir, that was our best starting 11 on the pitch today. We had Dalot, Varane, Shaw, and Martinez in the backline, and we probably had our best midfield of Manu, Casemiro, and Bruno. So there really are no excuses for Erik ten Hag or for those players for putting in the pedestrian performance that we saw at times. Sure, there were some good patterns of play, but this wasn't a Premier League opposition that we were playing like Brighton or Crystal Palace. We were facing a squad worth £2.4 million combined, which makes our players worth 395 times more valuable than theirs. 395 times. But the worst thing today by far was the selfishness of our wingers, and that's what we're going to focus on in this video. So stay tuned till the end because I have some very interesting stats and analysis to bring for you guys. But before we get started, here's a quick word from today's sponsor, Post.Market. Do you have an artistic or creative passion that you want to share with the world, but find yourself falling short of the quality of content you can produce because you can't quite afford that fancy camera or that nice microphone or even an editor to make your videos pop? Whatever your specific goals are, a great way to achieve them is through sponsorships. And that's where today's sponsor, Post.Market, comes into the picture. Whether you create content on Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok, or you just write weekly blog posts, Post.Market allows you to sell creative and exciting sponsorships so you can focus on doing your best work. Here's how I'm getting the best out of Post.Market with my page for Footy with an Edge, where I have listed 4 different ways that sponsors can market themselves on my channel. Starting with a simple link placement in the video description for $50, an honest product review or placement for $200 per video, or the full YouTube package, which is fully customizable. And you can do the exact same thing for your YouTube channel, Instagram page, or TikTok account, or any other artistic platform you can think of. Simply visit Post.Market using the link in the video description to check out some of the other existing creators that are on there. You can then create your own page and let sponsors know how they can support you. Once again, that's Post.Market to get your next sponsor. I think we can all agree that Garnacho is having a decent season this year. He has 5 goals and 2 assists in 29 games. He scored some important goals in key games for us. And while that in itself may not be good enough for a Man City or Liverpool, those stats and contributions are amazing by United standards this season. Because frankly, the rest of our forward line have done worse than a 19-year-old winger in his second season in the first team. But the key issue that I have with Garnacho is that he's learning all of the worst habits from our more senior wingers like Rashford or Antony, because we see him getting into these patterns of running into walls off a dribble instead of finding the right pass at the right time. We see him cutting inside to shoot even when there's better pass on the overlap or at the edge of the box. And worst of all, he's going for glory even when there's an easy cutback for someone else. Now we're going to go through some of his decision making in the first half to see what he did wrong today, starting with this play from the 17th minute where he's dribbling up the wing in some space on the left hand side where the Newport wingback has vacated his position. And you can see how Bruno's providing support to Garnacho by providing this overlapping run on the outside. As we play along, you can see how Bruno's about to overlap Garnacho on the outside on your screen right here. And that allows Garnacho more room to cut on the inside in this direction, because this player doesn't know whether he needs to stay with Garnacho or go with Bruno. So Garnacho naturally decides to take advantage of Bruno's dummy run on the outside to cut inside and go to take this shot near the edge of the box right here. And there's technically nothing wrong with Garnacho's decision to shoot here. We have plenty of wingers in the top 5 leagues that will do exactly what Garnacho is doing right here. The problem I have is that he is tunnel vision to shoot every single time. He gets this exact same situation 5 times in a game, he will shoot all 5 times. The thought of finding Bruno on the overlap once or twice, or even finding Mainu or whoever else at the edge of the box, is just unthinkable. And that kind of decision making is just not good enough for a team that has top 4 aspirations. Doing things like this will get you benched at City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham, Newcastle, Brighton, and Aston Villa. That's 7 teams I've already named there. And you probably have to go down from the likes of West Ham or Chelsea to see this kind of static and selfish play. And we don't hold those teams to be good teams right now. Obviously, Chelsea's a big club, West Ham's a big club, but they're not really playing the type of football that we aspire to see at United. So is that really the standard we want to set for a United winger? Next, we go to the 18th minute, less than a minute after the block shot that we just saw in the last clip, where again, Garnacho has space on the left wing and he's found by a long ball through Martinez. And again, the Newport wingback is out of position, so he has tons of room to run in behind. As we play along, he takes a nice first touch into his path. And once again, his first shot, as soon as he gets inside the box and he has some room, is to just shoot, right? From this angle, he's gonna shoot 100 times out of 100, even when there's an extremely easy cutback for Hojlund or Bruno, or both of them really, in this space right here. And again, not only is this the wrong decision, it's an incredibly selfish one. If he cuts this ball across the box and we score the tap in, we're 3-0 up in the 18th minute and this game is completely over. But instead, we miss this chance and then another 3 to 4 chances in the first half because we're doing the same thing, we're being selfish. It allows Newport to grow back into the game and score that first goal towards the end of the first half. So how are we supposed to be a good team when we make decisions like this? Now let's take a look at the same chance from another angle. We see Garnacho, who's about to get in behind and he's well beyond the defensive line, and we have Bruno and Hojlund perfectly positioned to make late runs into the box where they'll be in an area in between the goalkeeper and the defenders so that they can tap it in. As we play along and get to the moment that Garnacho is about to shoot, look at how much space there is between the goalkeeper and Bruno and Hojlund. Look at this space right here. It is, Garnacho can play the entire season, 20-25 more games, and not have a scenario where he'll have this easy of a cutback. And I can see the devil's advocate argument here. If he scores this chance, we're not complaining because as a forward, he has the right to shoot in this situation. But I have several issues with that argument. The first is we know how difficult it has been for United to score goals this season. It's been 6, 7, 8 months of difficulty in scoring goals. So given an opportunity to create a higher percentage chance, like a tap-in, instead of this shot that Garnacho takes, we should be taking it as a team 9 times out of 10. The second issue with this argument is that we know Garnacho is not an elite finisher. Sure, prime Ronaldo or Mbappe or Salah have every right to take this shot, but a 19-year-old winger that is solidifying his spot in the first team should not be taking this shot. And to add insult to injury, Rasmus Hojlund, who was one of the 2 people that can score this cutback, didn't have a single shot on goal till the 94th minute of the game, where he bundled that shot inside the goal. So I'm sure you guys saw Hojlund reacting like crazy after Garnacho decided not to pass this, and you can understand why he's going so crazy, because he knows it might be the only chance he gets this game. And that right there is a huge problem. To have our 72 million pound striker getting 0 service in 90 minutes of a game is just criminal. And sadly, it's not just Garnacho that starves Hojlund in this team or any other striker. Antony or Rashford are just as culpable, if not more. And that's exactly who we're going to talk about next. We start with this clip from the 11th minute of the game where Bruno's on the right side with Dalot on the overlap. And again, Newport are mismatched here with only one defender on the wing to defend against these 2 players. As we play along, Bruno plays it out to Dalot, who plays a first-time cutback from the edge of the box right here towards Antony, who's in the middle, and he's in tons of space. And as this ball comes towards Antony, he takes a touch and sends a skyer that goes straight over the box and doesn't even force a save from the goalkeeper. Now, I want to clarify that in this situation, I'm not upset with Antony taking the shot because it is a good decision. United have done some good work on the wing to create this space for Antony in the middle. And for a player of his quality, getting this shot on his favored left foot at the edge of the box is a relatively easy chance to convert. But he doesn't even make the keeper work. And I wouldn't be as frustrated with this if he misses 2 of these and converts the third. The issue with Antony is that he needs 10 or 12 shots to score a goal. His finishing is incredibly one-dimensional. He's always looking to curl it into the top corner. He doesn't even try to give the keeper the eyes and shoot towards the near post with a power shot or something like that. And because of this, scenarios where he should be passing, he will still shoot and he'll still go wide of the goal or he'll get his shot blocked. In this next clip, we see Garnacho doing some good work on the byline to cut this ball back for Antony, who again finds himself in tons of space in the middle. Now, as this ball rolls towards him, he goes for the first time shot that gets blocked by the last defender who's stretching out right there, and the chance is kind of dead. And don't get me wrong, this is a great block from the Newport defender. I'm not taking anything away from the good defensive action right here. But when you have a Brazilian winger that is literally worth 40 times more than the entire Newport squad, you're going to expect a little bit more from Antony. Can he perhaps do a fake shot in this scenario to drop the defender and then just tap it into the net? We see Rashford doing something like that all the time. Can he perhaps find a better angle to put this in the net when he takes the first time shot? I'm not really sure. It's up to him. The only reason I'm being so harsh on Antony for this particular chance is because of his selfishness in every single other scenario. If Rasmus Hojlund starts taking 5 shots a game, I won't be upset if he gets something like this blocked, because I know he will score at least one of his other 4 shots, and I know he will forego a few shots to find a teammate in a better position. But with Antony, we know he is taking every single shot he gets, so there's going to be greater scrutiny on situations like these. He has to do better here, he just does. Next, we have a clip here from the 31st minute where Antony's dribbling up on the right wing again, and again Dallow's offering the overlapping run on the right hand side. As we play along, Antony cuts inside to nobody's surprise and gets ready to curl one into the top corner right here, and he puts up a tame effort that the keeper just pushes over the bar. And again, it is tunnel vision to shoot in every single scenario no matter what, and like always, it's a terrible low XG shot from the edge of the box instead of finding the better pass or even taking a shot from a better angle. Like, can he for once cut inside to draw the defender away from Dallow, like this guy right here has already drawn away from Dallow, and maybe fake to shoot and find the pass to Dallow in behind so Dallow can cut it across the 6-yard box? Is that really too much to ask for? Why does it always have to be a shot from this angle? Surely he knows he's not good enough at converting these. Surely the coaching staff has seen this, called it out, and are working with him on it in training. It just doesn't make sense to me. Over and over again, terrible shots from terrible angles that he doesn't convert. Maybe one of you guys can explain it to me in the comments down below. Now for our last clip, we have Antony in the 32nd minute dribbling into the box here. And again, he decides to drop his shoulders, to dribble inside, and goes for the shot straight at the keeper right there. Now we have seen Antony take 4 shots in the first half, where 2 of them were from good shooting areas but he fluffs the shot, and 2 of them were from poor shooting areas like this one and he fluffs the shot. How the hell are we supposed to succeed as a team when we can't even get our wingers to pass the damn ball? Let me read you guys some damning stats from the game. Antony had 6 shots in 88 minutes of game time. Garnacho had 5 shots in the full 90 minutes, and Bruno Fernandes had 5 shots in the full 90 minutes. But Rasmus Hojlund, our main central striker, had only 1 shot in 90 minutes, and it actually came in the 94th minute without anybody creating the chance to him or passing him the ball. He just bundled the ball over when it was bouncing around in the box, and he's managed to score a goal with it. Honestly, our wingers should be ashamed of themselves to hang one of their comrades out to dry, especially the main striker who's supposed to be scoring goals for you. Sir Alex, Pep, Mourinho, Wenger, Klopp, Tuchel, every single one of these managers would bench these guys till they learn how to pass. And I'm not even saying Ten Hag should necessarily bench these guys right now, because I know we don't have any depth. Just bloody work on it in training, man. Make it mandatory. that each of them has to create one chance per half for their striker. That way, Rasmus Hojlund gets a minimum of 3 to 4 chances per game, maybe even more because Bruno Fernandes can create a chance or two. That is really not asking your team for much. And now, just for laughs, I have one last clip from the first half that will hopefully drive home the point I'm trying to make in this video. We start with Antony dribbling up the right wing in the 38th minute, and as you can see, Rasmus Hojlund is joining in for support on the inside over here. As we play along, Hojlund makes the run on the outside, and thanks to 3 players covering Antony's shooting angle, he finally decides to pass it out to the overlapping run on the right hand side, and as if to just prove a point, once Hojlund receives the ball, he puts in a right-footed cross to the back post from here. I mean, why is our striker more willing to put in crosses than our wingers? When is the last time you actually saw Antony do this exact same thing from the right wing? Just get to the byline and stand across to the back post with his weaker right foot. If you watch things like this and you don't laugh, you will cry. I swear, this is ridiculous. In closing thoughts, look, United got the job done today, but it was looking like squeaky bum time for Ten Hag for several periods in that second half. I don't know what he's going to do with these wingers for the rest of the season, but I do want to see some more chances being created for our striker. I want to see Garnacho, Antony, Rashford, and any other winger passing more, even if it means they're passing when they should be shooting. Because for far too long, we've relied on individual brilliance from our wingers to score goals. It is time that we rely on our wingers to create goals. I don't know if it's going to take a Sir David Brailsford to come in and deliver this message, but I know that we can't keep going on like this. We have our full strength team back to fitness now. We need to start winning some games. I want to see us beating Wolves, West Ham, and Villa in our next 3 games, because that has to be the standard we set for ourselves from now till the end of the season for us to make top 4. What do you guys think will happen? Will we get top 4? Will our style of play improve even a little bit? Will our wingers actually learn to pass the freaking ball? I guess only time will tell, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.